The fourth cornerstone of the four-year career is the residual nature and resulting asset value of your income. This is the most valuable and exciting part of the four-year career. Built right, with the right products in the right company, you can expect your income to far outlast your personal efforts. This means you keep earning it regardless of whether you're still building it, managing it, or actively leading the sales force. Let's look first at what is the right way to build it so it will last virtually forever. The Build It Right principles. First is leadership. Your leadership and your ability to inspire others to become sales leaders will be the most important component of how long your income will last. Your leadership greatness will be judged by how you inspire others to grow personally, how you challenge them to overcome their fears and break through to extraordinary new lives. Your leadership will be judged on how many powerful relationships you build with others, relationships that can withstand the many adversities that any business will encounter. Products is next. If they are fad products or technology products, they are not likely to be in demand 10 to 50 years from now. Fads are just that, fads that will eventually lose their appeal. Technology products become outdated or commonplace within 3 to 5 years of being invented. The most important criteria for the products you sell is, do you love them? Can you recommend them authentically? And would you use them as a customer even if you weren't a distributor? Third is the company you keep. If you want to be paid your residual income forever, you'll want to build in a company that honors the MLM way of life and wealth building as its core values. A company whose owners have demonstrated, not promised, but proven to be committed to a very long-term business plan where the residual income and wealth building of sales leaders is the most important objective. Now let me show and tell you why and how, when you build it right, it not only should be pure, rock-solid, residual, forever income your grandkids can rely on, but it could and should actually continue to grow at an extraordinary rate. To see this, we need to revisit the diagram of you sponsoring 4, who each sponsor 4 for 16, who each sponsor 4 for 64, who each sponsor 4 for 256. Here we show 4 generations of your actively building sales leaders, each who are using and recommending the products and sponsoring others. The most impactful piece of math and logic that leads you to know your group is built right and should grow is to look at the sources of your income. Look at those sources by generation. Let's first look at you. Regardless of how much product you are personally selling, the income you earn from sales pales in comparison to what you will earn in royalties from your entire group. That's why it doesn't matter how much you sell. It just matters that you sell. Let's look at your first generation. 4 sales leaders selling, let's say, $200 a month each equals $800 total times about a 10% commission. Your first generation leaders earning you $80 a month. Your second generation of 16 sales leaders times $200 each earns you $320. And your third level of 64 sales leaders earns you $1,280, and so on. Of the 320 sales leaders in your group, which generation earns you the bulk of your income? Correct, your fourth generation. The 256 sales leaders doing $200 a month each, producing $51,200 in sales and earning you $5,120 of your $6,800 a month total, or 75% of the total. Now look closely at the diagram. How many sales leaders do each of the 256 sales leaders at your fourth generation have? How many are shown in the diagram? If you astutely said none, 0, zip, and zippo, you are correct. The diagram shows that none of them have yet to sponsor any sales leaders. If they had, there would be a 5th generation shown. And although it may take years for your 5th generation to fill in, when it does, how many sales leaders could you have in your 5th generation if and when they each get their 4? Right? 1,024 for a total team of 1,364 people. You can do the math and figure out what happens to your income as your 5th generation fills in. Remember, these 256 with no sales leaders of their own yet belong to the 64 on your 3rd generation. These 256 are their best of the best. These 256 will spend most of their empire building energies on finding their own 4. And as they do, you have a runaway train of geometric progressions building your empire even bigger. The point is that in order for your income to qualify as residual, it only needs to stay stable or flat. The question of whether or not it will be residual is not even the appropriate question. The real question is, how fast will it grow and how big can it get? What is a rock-solid residual income? Not one that grows 50 to 100% a year, but rather one that is totally flat. What is it worth as an asset on your personal net worth statement? This part is easy. Let's say you're earning $5,000 a month in pure residual royalties, and it's $5,000 you know you can count on to continue. Ask yourself, or consult an expert and ask them, how much real estate equity, not total real estate value, but the part of your real estate that is fully paid for, your equity, how much do you need in order to earn you $5,000 a month in rental income after real estate taxes, maintenance, and management? The answer is about $1 million worth. To earn $10,000 a month, you'd need over $2 million worth. Or you could ask, how much money do you need to invest in equities, stocks, bonds, or cash to earn $5,000 a month in interest? Again, the answer is about $1 million. Your $5,000 a month in residual income is worth $1 million or more, and you didn't have to invest or risk hundreds of thousands for decades in order to build it. Nor did you have to go without for decades, as you saved every extra nickel so you could invest in these other vehicles. And the trifecta, the hat trick, the grand slam of all of this is that when you are building your empire on a part-time basis, as you are building it, you can have the extra cash to invest in these other vehicles. Imagine what you could build in wealth if you invested $2,000 a month in real estate and $2,000 in equities over a 10-year period. There's $1 million right there. Wealth building through network marketing is not easy. If it were, everyone would do it. But it's a lot easier and far less risky than real estate or the stock market. You can do this. People you know can do this. Your family can do this. Anyone can do this. But are you ready? Is now a time in your life when you either want something more or need something more bad enough to do something courageous about it. 4 years from now is coming, whether you're wealthy or not. Get with the person that referred you to this presentation and see how their program can work for you.